First of all, I'm not a person who knows a lot about games, but I absolutely enjoy playing them, especially when I have free time. I just want to hop right into some single-player games, avoiding all of the outer world, just to have a little bit of time for myself. So if you're here to simply find some recommendations, then in this video, I will share a list of my favorite single-player games that I've actually played, completed, and enjoyed to the fullest. The first one on the list is Persona 5 Royal. This game is just so special to me, and the reason is that it is the one that brought me back into enjoying games, and it is also the first time I could experience what it is actually called a good, story-rich, fully polished game. Persona 5 Royal is a JRPG that follows a group of high school students. By day, they will have to go through the struggles of school life. However, when the night comes, they become the awesome phantom thieves who steal the distorted desires of corrupt adults to force them to confess their crimes. The cool thing about this game is that you get to live as the protagonist. Basically, everything is up to you to decide. You will get to decide how to spend your days, whether it is to study, working a part-time job, hanging out with friends, or exploring the vast city. Everything could be crucial since each of them will level up different stats, which could be needed throughout the gameplay. In short, if you have ever wanted to live inside an anime world, form an unbreakable bond with unforgettable characters, and change the world, Persona 5 Royal is a must-try game. And also, if you enjoyed the game, then you will surely like the other ones in the series as well, which are Persona 3 Reload, Persona 4 Golden, and Metaphor Refantasio. Metaphor Refantasio is a bit different compared to the others, but it is still by the same studio, so the gameplay is still pretty much the same. And also, Persona 4 is getting a remake, so I am really looking forward to it as well. The second game on the list is Monster Hunter. Especially the three newest games, Monster Hunter World Iceborne, Monster Hunter Rise, and Monster Hunter Wilds. These games are all about the satisfaction of hunting down monsters with your favorite weapons. You see, they pack with a lot of cool monsters. Each of them has different patterns that you will have to learn and get used to if you want to beat them. There are also 14 different types of weapons. Mastering each of them is just so much fun, so spending hundreds of hours in this game is just like nothing. I personally like the longsword, the sword shield, the insect glaive, and the dual blades. I spent the most time on Monster Hunter World since it is a completed and polished game and the server is still very much alive. Of course, you can also enjoy your time getting used to the game alone just like I did. Going through the story solo was very fun as well. Monster Hunter Rise is also really enjoyable, and if you're a person who likes to spend time on a handheld console, then this game is also available on the Nintendo Switch. Monster Hunter Wilds is the newest game, so there are many new monsters, and also the weapons are upgraded with some new moves. However, the game is not yet completed with updates, and it is also not really optimized, so it is pretty easy to find a crash notice during gameplay. Therefore, if you're new to Monster Hunter, I would suggest you go for either Monster Hunter World Iceborne or Monster Hunter Rise, and they are pretty cheap during sales as well. The third game on my list is Zelda Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is the first Zelda game I have ever played. During the time it was out, it just got loads of high score reviews, so I wanted to give it a try for the first time. And to be fair, I didn't have much expectations, since back then, I always got overwhelmed by open world games. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom absolutely changed my thoughts about it. I don't know why, but right from the start of the game, I just got hooked on it and had a feeling that I'm going to have a blast playing this game. I've never played a game with so much freedom, not just because you can travel around the world, but you can also build a lot of stuff with your own creative mind that will support your playthrough. There are many puzzles to solve, which sometimes hurt your brain, but that is just where the fun is. The story is really interesting and engaging as well. However, since I haven't tried other Zelda games, there isn't much to compare to. It is just that, once I completed TOTK, I bought Breath of the Wild right away and spent another 80 plus hours in the game. Unfortunately, these two are only available on the Nintendo Switch, so you might have to buy one to enjoy these masterpieces. The next game is going to be Ghost of Tsushima. This is another open world game set in the early 2000s during the Mongol invasion on Tsushima Island of Japan. You will play as Jin Sakai, the ghost, who abounded the code of a samurai and used different tactics to fend off enemies. However, besides all the action, this game to me is just relaxing, breathtaking, and immersive. Every location on Tsushima Island is just so beautiful, and it is the first open world game I've ever gone to every single spot, unlocked every equipment and gear during one single playthrough. At its heart, Ghost of Tsushima is a powerful, emotional story about sacrifice, identity, and the cost of survival. The combat is a perfect blend of style and substance, and if you like Demon Slayer, the anime show, I'm 10 billion% sure you will love the combat system of this game. Also, Ghost of Jotei, the standalone sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, just dropped earlier this week, so I'm going to have to enjoy my free time with it as well. The fifth game is going to be a little bit spicy, because the title of the game is Sekiro. This game is just so annoying. Annoying because of how freaking hard it is. This is probably the first game I've ever played that is this hard. However, because of its difficulty, I need to improve myself and get better, which actually made me enjoy the game and its mechanics along the way. This game is set in the Sengoku era of Japan. You will play as Wolf, a shinobi, on a quest to rescue his kidnapped lord. On your journey, you will meet many enemies, and this is also where the satisfaction comes in. In order to beat your enemies, especially bosses, most of the time you can't hit them until the HP goes down to 0 like other games, but it is easier to break their posture and stab them like so. In order to do that, you will need to parry their attacks, clashing swords just like in an action show, which just gives off such a satisfying sound. And because of that one single thing, it forced me to master the game's combat system and carried me through the whole game. In short, I would highly suggest you only play Sekiro if you want a challenge that is rewarding, since it is not really ideal to enjoy your free time with a game that makes you want to smash your buttons. With that, I've covered the 5 games that I enjoyed playing the most. However, we are not done, because of course, we will have honorable mentions. First of all are The Last of Us, God of War, and Spider-Man. I really enjoyed my time playing the 3 of them, but haven't yet completed, so I can't share about them with you guys in this video. Next is Final Fantasy VII. I haven't played the original game, but I did complete the remake versions and are waiting for the final part of the game. Finally, we will have Dragon Quest XI, Stellar Blade, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and Fire Emblem Three Houses. Besides Dragon Quest and Stellar Blade, Xenoblade and Fire Emblem are exclusive to the Nintendo Switch. All of them are great RPGs, and I've spent a lot of time enjoying them as well. And with that, these are my current best single player games to enjoy that I would recommend you give a try. Of course, it will never be a complete list, since there will always be new games to experience. And if you have any recommendations for me as well, be sure to leave them and your thoughts in the comment section. Remember to leave a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. Until then, I will see you in the next one.